Welcome to the highlights of match number 7 of the Hero CPL 2021. Today's match features the Saint Lucia Kings against the Trinbago Knight Riders. Just to confirm the teams, with Alzari Joseph and Javor Royal coming in for the Saint Lucia Kings. No Kesrick Williams, no Obed McCoy, and for the Knight Riders, Tion Webster coming in for Darren Bravo. The toss went the way of TKR and they elected to field first. Fletcher and Raheem Cornwall starting things off and really looked good for a while, putting on 51 for the opening partnership. A little bit of fortune along the way, but the role of Raheem Cornwall has always been to go in and utilize the power play, and for a while it looked as though the Kings had things sussed. Cornwall hit it inside out to the boundary for 4, and then Andre Fletcher started getting into the act with a couple of nice blows.
Yeah, good to see the Spice Man, a bit of time in the middle, and so flamboyant. Look at that, the head down and the characteristic flick of the wrist for 6. This was a chance put down by Joshua De Silva. That's a big flat one from Raheem Cornwall, and then Rumpole changes of pace with the order of the morning, because it was just gripping a little bit, as it has done here at Warner. And then Fletcher. There it is, another court and bowl scenario happening with the ball sticking in the pitch a bit. Yeah, Roston Chase had a bit of fortune early on, and then, yeah, it was catching. Court and bowls.
Rumpole showed great control and variation because he got a third, Ravi Rumpole, that is. DL falling for naught. But Tim David was again powerful, again masterful, accumulating forcefully 43 runs in very, very quick time of just 32 balls on a sluggish pitch here at Warner Park.
Yeah, showed his class. Roston Chase. Yeah, it was a nice little partnership between these two right-handers. Some good touches and also some flamboyance. Another caught and bowled. Seals with a ripper. Really was a good catch. His last ball of his spell. And then Chemo Paul came in. A couple of big blows. A little lucky break for Roston Chase. But going to have that in this game, don't you? Really do. A useful 30 not out from 24 from Roston Chase.
It meant that the Kings finished on 157 for 5 and 30 to Roston Chase David with 43 and 12 from 8 for Chemo Paul.
Yeah, Ravi Rumpole, look at that, the standout. 3 for 29 with 14 dots. You look at the others, though. Seals, that's masterful as well. At 14 dots, 1 for 22. And Hussein was very good as well. 1 for 27 from 12. Outstanding performance.
TKR started their run chase with Tion Webster in for his first game of the tournament alongside Lendl Simmons. And while there were boundaries for Simmons and Webster, it wasn't perhaps going along at the pace that they would have expected from themselves. So they stitched together 34 before Webster fell shortly after hitting a boundary, the very next ball off the bowling of Roston Chase.
Yeah, the surface was always offering something for the bowlers, whether you spin or quick. And then Munro came in and showed his wares, and we know how Lendl Simmons can play. He's such a touch player. A little bit of luck at times. You need that, bit of playing and missing. And then a nice strike there. And then Lendl Simmons. Cardinalson set. 25 from 30. And then he had to go. Munro too. He wasn't going along at the quickest either, was he? All the time here, they were eating up deliveries in between all these big shots.
A little bit more luck. And Munro and Pollard both went at less than a run a ball. Pollard fell spooning one out to long on, but it was Seifert who came in and injected that pace into the innings. a forceful 40 from just 16 deliveries.
He was simply brilliant, and it looked like he was batting on a different surface to everyone else. Came in, head down, and boshed it big. And he was going to take them all the way. You thought from here that he could win it for TKR. Some little bit of fortune, sure. 14 was needed off the last over of Wahab Riaz. Munro did that, and in the end, it was just too much to ask for. 6 was needed off that last delivery.
The action ebbed and flowed and ebbed and flowed, and TKR finishing just short. First win for the Kings in 2021 Hero CPL. And what was instructive was that TKR finished on 152 for 3. 61 dot balls. Munro 40 from 47. Simmons 25 from 30. Pollard 9 from 11. So that's something that they would have reflected on and thought, we fell short.
Yeah, Kings, wow, weren't they amazing? They really were. They just strangled the opposition, and in the end, they got there. Yeah, didn't have to take a lot of wickets, but they did. Look at all the dot balls in that column there. They really did strangle TKR to be deserved winners.
So it meant that the Kings got home by 5 runs and their first win of the tournament.
It's how we play.
Yeah, Kyron Pollard alongside me, captain of the Trinbago Knight Riders. Kyron, where did that one get away?
I guess I think 150 out on that track. Obviously, 15 runs a bit too much. But having said that, our bowlers have been doing a fantastic job for us. You can't fold them 142, 122, and 152. Fantastic. I just think, as a batting group, we just need to find a way. And once we get the right melody, right combination, the right momentum, I think we're going to get over the line in these close games.
How do you get that melody, momentum, find a way? Because there was 61 dots. How hard was it?
Yeah, well, again, it's plain to see, what is transpiring out there. So we have to find out. The 61 dots is not something that you can actually help, because if you try to look for singles, you play with half of the bat and you get out, then it's hard. It's 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. So we just need to find a way. On a ground like this, I think if we can not miss our strong hits, which is the ones on the ground or whatever, I think that can make up, in the end. But having said that, I think it was a good game of cricket. Coming down to the end, we fought, we dug in. Munro, we asked for some dirty runs, and he was there at the end. They just didn't get over the line, and Seifert, in the back end as well. So good positives, for us, and again, long way to go in the tournament.
All right, we'll see you next game, mate. Thanks very much for your time. Bring in Faf du Plessis now, conceding 255 a couple of days ago. Faf, how's that one feel?
This game we play, it's a strange game, but we love it.
Talk us through that one. I mean, how were your emotions towards the end, and what were the decisions around Chemo Paul and then Wahab in 19 and 20?
Yeah, it's just Chemo has been bowling well from this with the wide plan, especially on this side. Unfortunately, that second last over, he didn't bowl too many wide balls. But that's what pressure does, doesn't it? It challenges your thinking, it challenges your execution. Yeah, so I suppose we were talking about bowling Wahab the second last over with the experience, but I was just a little bit worried with the lack of pace from that end of the short boundary to the lefty, especially. So got me a bit nervous there after a few balls that went for 6, but we got over the line.
And you fought really well with the bat to get through to that score as well.
I think you have to. I think the nature of this pitch is you have to try and go deep. It's not a 180 wicket. You have to scratch your way to a score, and then hopefully you get some at the end. So we did that, and then we squeezed beautifully with our spinners there for the first half or second half of the game.
Every team's got a win on the board now. You guys have got your first one. Feels good, and good luck for the next one, eh?
Yeah, the horse is off, the horse is away. Let's go.
So get up and unite for your team. Give the best we've got. Guess how we play. Every match, every pitch, every pond, every deal, every wicket, every stone. And the art and soul and passion, and the culture, Caribbean blood. When playing from out all nation, with the team in a unification. When the stadium rum bleach at the grandstand, and the meaning of unification. It's how we play.